name is Rose Bowman, and for today's demonstration video, I'll be telling you how to protect yourself and others from human trafficking and traffickers. Slavery exists on every continent and in almost every country, and many people do not realize just how deeply it affects the world as a whole, and it can come in many different forms, which include sex trafficking, child marriages, forced labor, debt bondage, and organ trafficking. And many do not realize that this can include them, because a lot of people have this tendency to get this mindset of, it'll never happen to me. But truth be told, it can happen to anyone no matter what you look like or any physical factors at all. Knowing how to identify a situation that might lead to this, or recognize somebody who is involved in something like that, can help you and also others, or potentially the person involved in the situation. The more knowledge you have on the subject, the better your chances are to avoid that issue entirely, and also keep yourself and loved ones safe from things like that. Today I'll be discussing how to recognize, respond, and rescue people who have had their freedom taken. Traffickers have many different forms of trying to approach people and constantly are adapting and creating new ways to lure in victims. It's not always the shady guy in the alley, and in some cases it can even be your own family that will sell you off, or in like a foreign country, or sometimes it can be somebody as close as like a friend or somebody who poses as a boyfriend. It's a little shocking, but about 46% of victims actually know their recruiter or their abductor. And that's why you should always be on guard for any kind of suspicious activity, and you can never be too safe or too protected. There are 5 main types of disguises that traffickers will use: the pretender, the provider, the promiser, protector, and when all else fails, the punisher. The pretender is somebody who pretends to be something he or she is not, such as a boyfriend, a sister, a brother, father figure, anything. And they use that to pull people away and give them this false sense of comfort. The provider is somebody who makes all these deals and says that they're going to give you like a shelter or a roof over your head, food, clothes, any kind of essentials to live, or even things like a cell phone or purses or parties or drugs, something that they know will lure you in. The promiser is somebody who gives off these false promises of something like access to great things or a great job, a new life, a way out of the country, a new home, a glamorous lifestyle, travel, anything to get you away and make you feel comfortable with them. The protector is somebody who uses their own physical strength and prowess to make you feel comfortable or secure in their presence, like they're kind of your guardian in a sense. And that same comfort that they use to make you feel safe can be used to control you as well, and make you feel like you're dependent on them, like you need them to live or be okay with yourself. And then the punisher is the last one. This is usually the one that they will resort to if you are non-compliant. And this is somebody who will use that same power or strength that they have to threaten you or use violence on you to force you into this horrible situation. These disguises help these traffickers to be hidden in plain sight and to just take whomever they please. One thing to always keep in mind is that anybody, once again, anyone can be a victim. So never assume that it won't be you. Some of the common lures are like modeling jobs, quick cash, a way out of the country, or a friendly face. And if you see any signs that seem too good to be true, trust your better judgment and either, research it very thoroughly or ignore it completely before you ever think of showing up to a job alone. And sometimes the girls that even work for the trafficker will be used to lure in new girls or new people. So they really they'll use any method to try and pull new people in. Whenever you see a situation like this, the way that you respond is by calling the Human Trafficking Hotline right away and giving them the information that you found out. The National Human Trafficking Hotline is 888-373-7888, or send a text message to the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 233-733 to report the incident or seek help for yourself. Do not try to approach these situations alone. That puts you in danger, also your loved ones or whoever you're with at the time. And try to find safe houses in the area that cater to women or men who have been in a domestic abuse situation, and let them know the information that you just found out or the incident or anything like that, because with that information they might be able to do something, but don't disclose where the safe house is to the people, because you never know who's working for who. You don't know who the ringleader is, and if you give away that kind of information to the wrong person, it can lead to some pretty bad happenings. And as far as rescue goes, the figures are fairly grim, but there's always hope. There are about 40.3 million victims of human trafficking today. That is more slaves today than ever recorded in human history that are abducted into modern slavery. And of those millions of people, only 1% are rescued or found. You can increase these odds by turning in information to that human trafficking hotline, where there are people who are taking in this information and working tirelessly to formulate plans of rescue, or gathering information to bust a sex ring, or people who are just going on just straight up rescue missions. They are the ones who are capable of taking this information and putting it to better use. It's always too dangerous to go alone, so leave this to the professionals. Just turn in the information. And whenever they do find these people, they can arrest the ones that are in charge of all that and give freedom back to those who are taken. In conclusion, I have one more fact that's a little bit shocking and just disturbing in general. Every 30 seconds, somebody becomes a victim of human trafficking. That means just during this video, 12 or more people have had their freedom taken. Please do not let this situation become a reality to you or anyone you know. And the only way you can do that is by spreading this information, making sure it is known, staying out of these kind of situations. And when you find yourself in one like this, or you see it somewhere, make sure that you report it and get this information back to those who can, or those who are able to help. Thank you.